Happy Monday. Hope you guys are doing amazing. Today is day 10 of 90, and my message is short and straight to the point. I am just grateful to be here. Um, Lord, it's been 10 days, and we got 80 days to go. Let me get excited about these 80 days. So anyway, as I was sitting here, I was like, oh my God, what are we going to talk about today? And you know what? I'm tired. Anytime I go live this late, I'm tired anyway, right? Because my days be full. But when I was sitting here, I was like, dang, I got so much to be grateful for. So let's just talk about gratitude. One, I just got off a call a little while ago earlier today with a group of amazing women that I just got an opportunity to meet. I write in my gratitude, like all the things I'm grateful for that I am attracting, all the things that I want to achieve. And when we write in our gratitude, or when we sit and we, create our vision board or our goals or whatever, we should do so in the sense that we know that these things are going to come to pass, even when you don't know where the heck it's going to come from. So one of the things that I've really been praying for is just, you know, for guidance in the direction in which I should be moving and going. And if you know me, you know, or maybe y'all don't know me. I really love to see other people winning. And, whatever I can do to help, I'm always here to offer my help, my time, or what have you. And sometimes I find myself, let me just talk about Crystal, pouring into other people. And I'm like, dang, sometimes we need our cup poured into. And I'm really just, what do they say? If you're the smartest person in the room, you're in the wrong room. And for some of the things I want to achieve before I leave here, I'm like, man, I got to get around some powerful people that are doing or have done the things that I am looking to do. And like I said, I'm really looking to reside outside of my comfort zone, which this is outside of my comfort zone. Well, this really talking, I've gotten a lot better with going live and things of that nature. But I think for the level in which I want to do it, like I'm nowhere near, or I have not scratched the surface. So with that being said, in order to get there, I just have to continue to believe, continue to move forward. Now that's what our call was about tonight, was just doing it. Like the only way it's going to happen is if you just continue to show up for yourself and just do it. There's people that is dependent on your consistency. There's some people that's dependent on you to share your story. Like you never know what sharing your story would do for others. And I didn't realize, like, I talk to people sometimes, even when I go live, I talk as if everybody already know my story. Some of you may have heard bits and pieces of it. And then also, it's normally not the people that all have already heard it, but those that are coming in the future that we can inspire, if that makes sense. So it was really good. So now we're like chopping up our story in pieces to share it. And it's, I believe anyway, we all have a story. So let's just say that we all have a story. We all had triumphs. We all had challenges. We all had things that we got to grow through. But sometimes because of embarrassment or what is the other thing we talk about? Other people's opinion of us, or how people are going to look at us and judge us. Sometimes we won't open our mouths because we don't want people to have something to say about it, for lack of a better term. I probably could say that better. Watch another video in the future. I probably will say that better. But sometimes we hold on to our story because of those things. And that used to be me, but now I'm just at the point where, listen, girl, you about to be 50. And not in a negative way, but really we should get to the point where we don't care about what other people say. People gonna say what they're gonna say. But if we allow that to stop us, we're never gonna get anywhere. And you really, and I keep going back to this, and I'm gonna continue to go back to it. How do we learn to grow tough skin? Like you literally get to work on yourself. And until you come out of that box and out of that shell, you're never really going to fully grow to your full potential. And so even with myself, I'm just like, you know what if I die? And I know I keep saying this, and I hope God is not preparing me to leave up out of here no time soon, because I'm like, why am I saying this? I say this quite often, but it is real. Like tomorrow's not promised to us, and there's a lot of people that leave here without fulfilling their full potential. And I don't want to, I'm like, man, I don't want to be one of those people. I really don't. Like next week, if it's my time to go, I want to make sure that I play full out each and every day. And one of the conversations we had when we were talking was about leaning 100% on God. There's some things like I believe I'm amazing, and I hope you guys, I hope you all believe that you're amazing. But there's just some things that Crystal, there's some places and some things that I cannot accomplish based upon my own ability. This is my belief. But I know that what God had for me, and when I lean on Him, like it's a deal breaker. And it's so crazy because I shared this before. It's like, man, when I look back or think back over my life, some of the things I was able to accomplish, listen, I didn't do that because of my own strength. I did it because God set me up. And like I said, I would be at a wall and He said, go right there. And people, and this is why you got to be careful about who you listen to, because your friends sometimes He don't always give. God will give you a vision that He don't give to everybody else. And if we're looking at everybody else for what to do, you're going to be short. Like you're going to be short. So, what was I saying? Oh yeah, you'll be standing at a wall and you're like, okay, I know that He said that the door is going to open and other people will look at you like, fool, it's a wall. Why are you standing there? But you have to know, like first you got to have an ear to hear, and then you got to have faith to believe what it is that you hear and put that into action. But if you don't get around folks, and this is like one of my prayers is that, just to surround me around people of faith that really like want to get some things done. Because if you are not around visionaries, well, this is just my story. So y'all, it might be something different for y'all. But that's one of my prayers is like surround me around those type of people. And I always well shoot, I guess I can only use the examples of my life. I can't really use something that I'm not personally going through. But even and I apply that to everything. So even with my cycling, I'm about to be 50, y'all, and it's been a minute since, when I raced my bike years ago, I did pretty well when I first started. And fast forward, it's like, girl, it's been 10 years. But I'm just crazy enough to believe that, listen, I don't care, like, don't get me wrong. I have the thoughts, like I said, that cross my mind, but you're not supposed to show up in defeat. Like you're supposed to show up like, hey, I'm gonna win this battle, whatever it is. I'm just using cycling as an example because it's something that I love to do. And mentally it's a battle for me every single day. And I'm like, I'll have the thought, like, girl, you about to be 50. These like these ladies are younger, they're riding and all this, like all these things that go through my head. But I was like, girlfriend, you are a bad mamma jamma too. You gotta have faith in your own self. That's whether you racing or riding a bike, trying to start a business, like you can apply that to anything that you are growing through. But if you don't have that faith in your own self, you can't expect other people to have that same faith in you. But also what I started to say earlier, surrounding yourself around those like-minded people is going to help you to propel a lot further, faster, if that makes sense. And I can't tell y'all what somebody, I'm like, this is literally things that I've applied to my own life. And I'm just like, man, I'm just looking for those people that's just like, we gonna get it done. Like you look at the mountain, be like, what's up? Like you ever, you ever go through life? It's so crazy. Whether it was the cancer, just like I just sat here and I was just thinking back over all the different challenges I had, and then fast forward, it's like it's just a different day, a different challenge. Like conjure up that same type of faith, that same type of fire you had before. Like you are unstoppable if you believe you're unstoppable. If you don't believe you're unstoppable, guess what? You won't be unstoppable. That's real. And man, it was just so I just see I started getting fired up now, right? So I was sitting here and I'm like, oh my gosh, today. And I was like, Crystal, stop saying it. I got 80 more days to go. But the whole goal in this going live and talking for 90 days is to build a muscle. Because I said that I wanted, like, there's some things I want to do. There's some events I want to put on. And this is just a starter. But if you don't get started, you're never going to reach your destination. So as I was sitting here tonight, in my, they say phone a friend. I'm always on the phone talking to Rashida. That's my roadie right there. Talk about breakthrough. But I'm like, girl, I gotta go live. She's like, why you waiting till so late? I didn't wait late intentionally, but I have to stick to my commitment. And When they say you have one phone call to make, that is the one friend I know I can call, and she's not gonna let me play small. Like, she's like, if you got to get on there and read a poem, but let's stay committed to this commitment. And then I just started to, I thought about gratitude, how grateful I am, one, to be here. I'm grateful for all the opportunities that are in front of me. I'm grateful too for a positive mindset. So, and I always say, like, if I could just help one person, inspire one person, like, I'm grateful for this air that we get to breathe. And when I say I'm grateful for a positive mindset, there's so many negative people that we're surrounded by day in and day out. And so I'm grateful. I'm grateful for, like, having a heart that actually love. I'm grateful for just smiling. So, like, all the little things, we call them little, but the little things really are the things that mount. That, I'm sorry, let me say that better. We call them little, right? But these are little things that amount to be something huge. If you feel me, or if you understood what I just said in my tiredness. Even a smile. And I live in Maryland, right? And I'm from Jersey, and everybody from Jersey, like, people think people from Jersey is mean. But I remember even being here throughout I've been here, it's 24. We've been here 24, 25 years. And it still boggles my mind how, like, I walk into a supermarket, I see a person, I'm like, good morning or hello. And people aren't used to you speaking. Like, I'm like, it's natural. And then people say, where are you from? You're not from around here. So I'm just grateful for that, that spirit that God put inside my heart, just to brighten up other people's days and things of that nature. So yeah, man, because it could be another way. It could be another way. And when I think about gratitude and how grateful I am for what I have, sometimes I find myself about to complain about the things I don't have, and then you literally have to stop in your tracks and literally look at all the things that you do have, because there's somebody somewhere that is doing way worse, or that's not doing as good as you or I. And sometimes we just find ourselves in that mode of complaining. And it's like, girlfriend, you got water, like, you got clean running water. You may not have the newest, and this is something else I was talking about recently. So y'all know I'm always talking about my bike, right? And is right now I'm really, like, working hard to become a better racer, to become a better cyclist, things of that nature. And we want to look good, like, it's like on a basketball court. My kids always look nice stepping on the court. I always have fresh Jordans, coming up or whatever. When it comes to cycling, I'm like, I had to tell myself, it's not the outfit we put on, because I'm in a space where, I don't know if y'all know anything about cycling, but it is one of the most expensive sports ever. Like, a new outfit is gonna cost me about $350, $400 for the ones that I want. And in my mind, I'm like, just keep showing up with what you have. It's not what you put on, but it's what you have on inside of you. And once I like, literally, y'all, I really have these conversations with Crystal in the mirror. I'm like, listen, it ain't the kit that's gonna make you. It's what you got on the inside. Keep showing up, keep working hard. Like, I be like talking to myself in the mirror like that. So I'm grateful to even have a bike. I'm grateful to have cycling shoes. I'm grateful to be able to wash my kid. So these are, like, the things that I literally say to myself. I'm not just for the whole live video, but these are actually things that I say to myself every single day. And through your gratitude, like, when you are grateful for what you have, God will make space and give you more when it's your time. So all of that, like, it's all these things. So I was like, man, listen, my goal in my prayers, like, by the time I turn 50, I just want to be at a whole different level. And though time don't wait for nobody, y'all, time move by really, really fast. And I'm saying to myself, oh my God, y'all, I'm like, yo, if we are 6 months into this year. My birthday is in December. December, I'm gonna be 49. It's my last year in my 40s, right? Well, when I turn 49, it'll be my last year. I got 18 months. You know how fast 18 months go by? So in my mind, I'm like, girl, you gotta move. Like, before we know it, y'all, 2025 is gonna be here. So every freaking day counts. Every day counts. So I'm looking, if Lord willing, if He allowed me to see 50, like, mentally, spiritually, financially, physically, all that, I want to just be at a different level. And I was willing. I said, it'll, when I turned 48, I was like, give yourself some time, because I was one of those people. I'm still working on that M. One of those people that's like, no, let's get it right now. But some things that are worthwhile sometimes take time. So it's a lesson for myself. Even with me going back into the gym right now, I am a let's do burp. If it doesn't like almost kill me, I feel like it ain't for me. But I want to inspire my seasoned people, my seasoned women, to show you like you don't have to go that hard. You just got to continue to show up. So I'm doing low impact. It sounds so boring when I say it. I'm doing low impact exercises. I'm training for 3 days, resting a day, because I can go 6 days a week working out. It's just something that I love to do. So, I really want to meet the masses and show them, because I think whenever we have a message, our life, like, let me say that better. Whenever we have a message for people, going through it ourselves is probably the best way to teach them or to show them the way. So I always tell my clients, like, for our nutrition plan, we drink 2 shakes a day, we have 1 meal, 2 snacks, we drink our water. Shout out to me, because this is my fifth one, 32. So 4 times 32, I'm giving myself this. A little bit over a gallon. I'm staying hydrated this week. Um, Shout out to me, but I think we are the best story that people will read. And this is when, and I want to encourage you guys that are maybe on the same path of inspiring other people, or just want to, uh what's a better way to say this? Some of us are out here in these streets just trying to show people that you can make it. I think our own story sometimes is the best way. And I'm not talking about, some people show up like we're on social media, right? And this is the thing, this is part of why I didn't even want to go live or do the social media thing, because there's so many people out here that they'll get on the mic, they'll say what they're going to say, the moment they end the video they're living a different life. So when we I think we are the best. I don't forgot what I was gonna say. Hold up. Rewind. Take two. I think that that's what I was gonna say. I'm sorry. I got it. Don't just show up and show people your success. Share with them when you're in the valley, because sometimes people will look at our lives and they're like, "Oh my gosh, like you have this and you did that," but you should share with them, like, listen, there was a lot of storms that I weathered through. There were a lot of valleys, there were a lot of mountains, and then share how you got over. They say how you got over, how you got around, and how you got through, because life is not all about the sun shining all the time. And if we don't teach people or show people that, then they think that, and this was my thought, like when you start going through stuff, like what is wrong with me? Nothing. It's called life. Like this is where champions are made. This is where powerful people are built. When you fall down and you're able to get back up. I say this all the time. And I learned this from studying successful people. You ever read about a successful person, you're like, dang, they lost it 5 times and they came back because they were determined, right? So you will never see me quit. You may see me fall. You may see me scrape my knee. You may even see me break my arm. You may see me, well, you won't never see me with a black eye unless I got it from falling, because nobody's going to be punching me. But my point is, you'll never see me quit. Life is going to life all of us. And when you're willing to be seen, Brene Brown, if you guys have never listened to her speech, her TED talk on being vulnerable, especially in our culture, a lot of times we're like, oh, we'll share the good stuff, but we won't share the bad stuff. So by sharing the bad stuff, and it's not that you glorify the bad, but just showing like the strength that you had, the way that God picked you up. Like literally, sometimes I feel like God picked me up, might have spanked me a little bit, brought me over here, dropped me, and I was made over, or just made new, or however you want to fashion it. Especially when I had that car accident, y'all. Man, when I tell you, I thought it was over for me. I thought it was over, and it's so crazy because every time I think about it, I get emotional. Um, and I'll meet people nowadays, and we'll have conversations, and when they say, "Man," um, some people will share how I've literally helped change their life, or even just from a word of encouragement that you could continue to run this race. And I'm like, you know what? Now I understand why God didn't allow me to leave here, because he wasn't done with me. I got some work to do. I got some work to do. And every time, not that I fall short, every time I start doubting, I'm like, girl, like Everything that you need, you have. It's on the inside of you. You just have to believe it. You have to see it. You have to believe it. And you have to move forward like with the mindset of like there's no such thing as failure. We may fall, but failure is not a thing. I don't care. Like how many times I show up for a bike race. I may get dropped here or there, but trust and believe because I don't Crystal don't like losing. That's you don't know nothing else about me. I'm a Ruby. I don't like losing. However, best believe I'm going to pick myself up and we're going to continue to work hard. The only day I'm a loser is when I don't show up 100% and give all that I have. Only I can beat me. And that's a real message and a real lesson. Even though I said, we race against younger people, more experience, but I had to remind myself, girl, you tough too. They gotta beat you. Like I'm not just showing up and throwing my hands up. Like you gotta beat me. Like you have to beat me. But I will never beat myself unless I don't show up 100%. So, I will always willing to give myself that gift. Yeah, so that's it. And we went through a whirlwind. Is that how you say it? Got excited, got emotional. But I'm at the end of the day, I'm truly grateful for being here. And when I say, can I read that? I got something on my wall that says chances of success. I have like all these little motivational quotes and things of that nature um in my office, but the one chances of success, it says 0% I won't, 10% I can't, 20% I don't know how, 30%. Hold up, I don't have my glasses. I wish I could. 40% I want to, 50% I think I can, 60% I might, 70% I think I can, 80% I can, 90% I am, and 100% I did. So these are our chances of success, talking about how we think in our mindset. But with that being said, I always say those of you that have a word of prayer, just continue to pray for me that I move in the direction that God had for me. Without wavering, without the doubts and things of that nature. And if I do find myself in that space, that I have enough strength to come out of it immediately, not sit in it. Because that's like when the birds, we can't stop the birds, as I said before, from flying over our head, but we can stop the birds from building our nest. So with that being said, I'm truly grateful for this air that I get to breathe. I'm grateful for you guys. I'm gonna continue to pray for all of us. I'm just a true believer that there's enough room at the top for us all. We don't have to fight one another. We don't have to tear each other down. Trust me when I tell you, as powerful as that sound, we all have people in our camp that do that, but don't allow that to stop you. Like I love that my uncle loved eagles. We get to be like the eagles. I don't want to fly with the pigeons. I don't want to fly with the birds. I want to be an eagle. So I pray that you guys do something today that your future self is going to thank you for. And Lord willing, we'll be back tomorrow, day number 11 of 90. Y'all have a good night, and I'll talk to you soon. Hey, if I could sing, I would sing us out of here, but I can't.